Hello, I'm here today to show you the basic functions and features of the iQuoteM tool. In this module, we're going to focus on managing your own staff and contractors. When you registered with iQuoteM, a default administrator account was set up with your email address. To administer your staff, you need to be logged in as an administrator level user. If the admin menu choice isn't available, you're not logged in as an administrator. If you need to, log in now. Ready? So click on Admin. There are a number of items on this page that are only available to administrators. You'll find later in this tutorial that you can create extra administrators from trusted members of staff. We are interested in managing workers, so click on Administer Workers. This will drop us onto a page where we can search for existing workers or create new ones. Because we only have one account set up so far, let's create a new staff member. Click Create New. This takes us to a blank form where we can enter the details of our new staff member. Compulsory fields are marked with a red asterisk. If your business is so organised that you have employee numbers for staff, you can enter one here. This isn't compulsory and is a free-form field that will take any combination of letters or numbers. Knight's Roofs have recently employed a bright young man to replace their receptionist. We enter Mr. for his title. His first name is Charlie, and his last name is Unicorn. Charlie prefers to be called Charles, so we enter a little reminder here. And we enter his email address here. If you have corporate email addresses, you might prefer to use that here. Various other personal information can be recorded for Charlie. It's important that we define his status in the business. In this case, we'll record him as an employee. It's also important that we record his designation in the business. In this case, we choose tradesman. Any special notes we can enter here. Review Charlie's details, and when you're happy, click Create. We're part of the way there. Charlie's employee record has been created. Now we need to set up his account. Click OK to move to the next screen. We need to apply a strong password for Charlie. At this point, we have two choices. We can generate and send a random password to Charlie's email address, or we can enter a password for Charlie manually. Let's enter a strong password using a combination of letters, numbers, and other characters. And click Change Password. Don't forget, you need to remember what the password was. We're back on the same screen. Notice that the password field is now blank. Don't worry, the password was saved, but as a security measure, you cannot view a password unless you are entering it yourself. Up here we have some other goodie tabs. We can assign roles to a worker, including making them an administrator. Let's click on Roles to see what we have to do. Here is a list of the 4 available roles we can assign to a worker: administrator, data entry, estimator, and manager. Administrator is the top of the hierarchy, and you can pretty much do anything they like. Don't assign this role lightly. Data entry is the minimal rights needed to use iQuoteM. A data entry worker can create customers and manage jobs but cannot access reports. An estimator is similar to data entry, but they can also get access to the mobile estimator tools. A manager is special, only in that they get access to reports. Let's make Charlie a data entry worker. Click the Add To button next to the data entry item. Notice now that the button has changed to Remove From. You would click this to remove Charlie from the data entry role. Let's have a look at the Details tab. On this page, we can see the account details for the user. Notice that his username, ilovecarrots134@gmail.com, is the same as his email address. You can change the email address, but the username is fixed. An active user account must be approved. This happens automatically when an account is created. If for any reason you want to disable an account, simply click on Unapprove Account and the user will no longer be able to log into the iQuoteM system. This is not the same as deleting an account, and you can reapprove the account at any time in the future. If you want to access the worker's personal and business-related information, click on Worker Administration. You end up back at the pages where you can access more detailed information about your staff and edit their record. We're going to take a quick detour and look at how to get to this page from another more direct route. Click Home to get back to the home screen. This is the first page you will normally see after first logging into the system. It's always a good place to start. To get back to the worker screens, click on Admin. Click on Administer Workers. Type in the name of the worker you want to access, click Search and select the appropriate user record found. And we're back at the Details page for workers. If you want to edit your worker's record, click the Edit button. Here are all the same fields you saw when you were creating this account. Make any changes or additions to the data set, and click Save to record them, or Cancel to abandon your changes. We're back at the main worker details screen. Let's have a look at one of the more obscure things. Scroll to the bottom of the page. Note the User Account ID field. It uniquely identifies this user on the system and you cannot alter it. This is a number you may need to quote if you ever need to speak to the iQuoteM help desk about a user account issue. Other than that, you can safely ignore it. If you ever want to delete a worker account, use the Delete button. You will always be asked to confirm your decision to delete an account. There is no undo, so be sure. Click Delete to permanently delete the record or Cancel to go back. If you want to administer the worker's password and other login information, click User Administration. Remember this place? You're back in the User Account Admin area and the Worker Administration button is here to take you back. We've come full circle now. Click Home to get back to the ladder page. We've taken you through creating a staff account, editing their password, unapproving and deleting an account, viewing and editing staff personal details, and moving between relevant screens. User and worker administration may seem a little complex, but run it through a couple of times and it becomes quite straightforward.